The Treaty of Bucharest was concluded on 10 August 1913, by the delegates of Bulgaria, Romania, Serbia, Montenegro and Greece. The treaty was concluded in the aftermath of the Second Balkan War and amended the previous Treaty of London, which ended the First Balkan War. Background: Bulgaria, dissatisfied with its gains in the First Balkan War, and especially with Greek and Serbian gains in Macedonia, launched an attack on its former allies in June 1913. The attacks were driven back, and the Greek and Serbian armies invaded Bulgarian-held territory in return. At the same time, the Ottomans advanced into eastern Thrace and retook Adrianople, while Romania used the opportunity to invade Bulgaria from the north and advance against little opposition to within a short distance of the Bulgarian capital, Sofia, isolated and surrounded by a more powerful coalition of opponents. Bulgaria was forced to agree to a truce and to peace negotiations to be held in the Romanian capital, Bucharest. All important arrangements and concessions involving the rectification of the controverted international boundary lines were perfected in a series of committee meetings, incorporated in separate protocols, and formally ratified by subsequent action of the General Assembly of Delegates. Although the Ottomans had also participated in the Second Balkan War, they were not represented at this treaty. Instead, bilateral treaties were later concluded with Bulgaria and Greece. Serbia's gain in territory. The eastern frontier of Serbia was drawn from the summit of Patarika on the old frontier, and followed the watershed between the Vardar and the Struma rivers to the Greek-Bulgarian boundary, except that the upper valley of the Strumica remained in the possession of Bulgaria. The territory thus obtained embraced central Vardar, including Ohrid, Stip, Kokani and Bitola in present-day Republic of Macedonia. By this arrangement, Serbia increased its territory from 48,300 to 87,780 square kilometers and its population by more than 1.5 million. Greece's gain in territory. The boundary line separating Greece from Bulgaria was drawn from the crest of Belasiki to the mouth of the Mesta on the Aegean Sea. This important territorial concession, which Bulgaria resolutely contested, in compliance with the instructions embraced in the notes which the Russian Empire in Austria-Hungary presented to the conference, increased the area of Greece from 64,790 to 108,610 square kilometers and its population from 2,660,000 to 4,363,000. The territory thus annexed included large parts of Epirus and Macedonia, including Thessaloniki. The Greek-Bulgarian border was moved eastwards to beyond Kavala, thus restricting the Aegean seaboard of Bulgaria to an inconsiderable extent of 110 kilometers, with only Didigac as a seaport. In addition, Crete was definitively assigned to Greece and was formally taken over on 14 December that year. Within this region was also Florina. Bulgaria's gain in territory. Bulgaria's share of the spoils, although greatly reduced, was not entirely negligible. Its net gains in territory, which embraced a portion of Macedonia, Piran Macedonia, including the town of Strumica, western Thrace, and 110 kilometers of the Aegean littoral, were about 25,030 square kilometers, and its population was increased by 129,490. In addition, Bulgaria agreed to dismantle all existing fortresses and bound itself not to construct forts at Rusa Shumen or in any of the territory between these two cities, or within a radius of 20 kilometers around Balchik. Romania's gain in territory. Bulgaria ceded to Romania southern Dobruja, lying north of a line extending from the Danube just above Tutrakan to the western shore of the Black Sea, south of Akreen. Southern Dobruja has an approximate area of 6,960 square kilometers, a population of 286,000, and includes the fortress of Silistrana and the cities of Tutrakan on the Danube and Balchik on the Black Sea. Appraisal. According to Anderson and Hershey, the severe terms imposed on Bulgaria contrasted the ambitions of its government upon the entry into the Balkan War. The territory eventually gained was relatively circumscribed. Bulgaria had failed to gain Macedonia, populated generally with ethnic Bulgarians, which was its avowed purpose in entering the war, and especially the districts of Ohrid and Bitola, which had been a main demand, with only a small outlet to the Aegean around the minor port of Delegates. The country had to abandon its project of Balkan hegemony. According to Anderson and Hershey, a winner and triumphant after the acquisition of Thessaloniki and most of Macedonia up to and including the port of Kavala, Greece still had outstanding issues. Italy was opposed to Greek claims to northern Epirus, and controlled the Greek-inhabited Dodecanese Islands. In addition, the status quo of the islands of the northeastern Aegean, which Greece had taken from the Ottomans, remained undetermined until February 1914, when the great powers recognized Greek sovereignty over them. Tensions with the Ottomans remained high, however, in the face of persecutions of Anatolian Greeks, leading to a crisis on a naval race in summer 1914 that was stopped only by the outbreak of World War I. At the end of the war, Greece still had claims to territories inhabited, at the time, by some 3 million Greeks.